People who live or work along Maine's coast are still feeling the impacts of those back-to-back storms in January, which caused severe flooding. According to Governor Janet Mills, those storms left behind more than $70 million in damage to Maine's infrastructure, including ports. The federal government issued 2 disaster declarations allowing for people to apply for help. Deadlines have been extended, recovery centers have been opened, but is it all enough? Good evening and thanks for joining us here on News Center Maine at 5:30. I'm Chris Costa.
And I'm Alex Haskell. Zach Blanchard is off tonight. Workers in the lobster industry are struggling to repair piers and other damaged property ahead of the peak lobster season. News Center Maine's Raya Wooten checked in with some of those workers and found out why a delay in relief funding is leaving lobstermen concerned for their livelihood.
There is no calm after the series of winter storms that lifted piers sitting on coastal waterfronts. Just frustration, clanking, and repairs.
And so if you watched the waterfront property that your family has utilized for generations fall into the water, there's a grieving process.
About 40 fishermen fish from this pier at Stonington Lobster Co-op, but after damages caused by winter storms, this pier, along with many others, is unusable.
These guys are out there on their own, trying to figure out, we just lost our $200,000 dock.
The Maine legislature voted to include $60 million for storm damage relief last week. $25 million from that will help working waterfront property owners pay for repairs. But funds won't be available until mid-July, when lobster fishing season is at its peak. Garrett Aldridge, who owns Alaho Boat Services, says he's watching lobstermen push on at their lowest.
Fishermen are carting bait from trucks down on carts to get to their boat to where a dock used to exist.
Managers at Stonington Lobster Co-op were busy making out-of-pocket repairs to their pier with no time to interview. Aldridge says some waterfront owners had no dock left to repair. With no pier and delayed funding for repairs, Monique Coombs from Maine Coast Fishermen Association fears many lobstermen's livelihoods are at stake.
Communities that were wholly dependent on 1 or 2 properties for that, if they lost those properties, they have to find new places to be able to land their lobsters, and that could be in a different town.
For now, lobstermen are making the repairs that they can.
Any type of reimbursement, whether that's now or 6 months down the road, is going to be incredibly helpful to these businesses.
In Stonington, Raya Wooten, News Center Maine.